In this video, I'm going to be sharing the top quotes that, when dwelling upon these ideas, in this video, I'll be covering 7 principles seven principles that college students should know and young adults should know, and what can happen when you choose to apply them. Because by the end of this video, I'll share the biggest mistakes most college students make and how you can not make those and be wise with your money in college to set you up for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years of your life so much better than if you didn't. So my name is Daniel Barnes, and I'm currently 25, and I've got 3 associates from different community colleges, and I'm about a year away from a bachelor's degree at Sacramento. The first thing that has helped me and that may help you in this journey of being wise with our money in college is to apply for Fafsa, which is the financial aid, and apply for scholarships. Those are like the Fafsa. A lot of times, at least if you're in California, there's Pell Grants. There are different scholarships depending on if you're a minority, if you're in a specific club, a specific major. There's a lot of scholarships, a lot of things that you can do. And if you can create the structure where maybe the summer before or whenever they're due, and you can just do 1 per week or 1 per day, it's going to take time. It's going to be effort. But when you get 500 or 1,000 or 1,500 or $2,000 or $4,000 or 5, like, that makes a big difference. And so I want you to take advantage of that. It's available, and it's a matter of, are we willing to put in that effort to do that? Because the other side, graduating with no debt, is something very few people can do, and I'm currently on track to be able to do that because of some of these things. And that's why I wanted to share that, not out of a place of I've arrived or I've made it. There's been so many people that have helped me in so many ways. So I don't want to appear like I've done this all on my own. That's not true, because yeah, there are some times where being able to call a family member and just be like, man, I bombed that. Yeah, you need people too. So the second one, though, after applying for financial aid and for scholarships, is to look for what the campus offers. So I've had some community colleges and Sac State where there's a food pantry that can save you money on groceries. There can be health services. So whether that's counseling, whether that's you've got something wrong and you just want to get it looked at, but you don't want to go to an emergency room and get $1,000 bill, you can take advantage of that. And usually I would so encourage you, this is something that I'm doing, is looking at what are all the things that are available through the university. Because I found out, oh, there's cooking classes. Oh, there's free, or not free, included in the tuition that we're paying for. There's also these group classes for like workout exercise classes that are groups. Well, I've never taken yoga before. I've never taken Pilates before, but because it's a part of my tuition, I'm choosing to take advantage of those things. And so look at what are the things that you might go somewhere else and pay for that you could be saving money by doing it on campus, since you're already spending the money for the schooling anyway. The third thing is there are peer financial advisors. This is actually something that I learned about, is there's peer financial advisors. And so go to them and go, hey, like, I need help in this area. And I think being okay to acknowledge that we don't have it all figured out. I don't know everything there is to know about that. I'm imagining you don't know everything about what's going on at your college or on your campus. And yet some of those things that you don't know about could be so helpful. And it's worth investing the time to find out, is it something that could be beneficial? And along with that, it makes me ask the question of, why is it that there's this culture, this idea of college students who don't care about having money but really want to look like they have money? And why is it that there's this, I'm just a broke college student syndrome. Why is that so prevalent? If you stick around till the end of this video, I will answer that question. So step number 4 on this journey is to make a budget. So if you don't have a budget, there's a great budgeting software called EveryDollar. I don't remember exactly what it costs. I think it was either $80 or $90 per year, which I know that can be a lot, but it was super helpful. There's also Google Spreadsheets that you can use. And the idea is a budget is simply how much inflow do we have? How much money do we have coming in on a monthly basis? So that's at the top. And then you have what are your expenses? Comes investing and spending. Saving, giving, investing, spending. So those are kind of the 4 areas. And in order to be able to do this, one of the things that I'd recommend, if you can, is have a part-time job or have an internship. In a lot of studies, they've shown that if someone's taking 12 to 15 units and working part-time, usually we end up doing better in school, ironically, than if we don't have a job. Because then there's more time, there's more space for me to go, I'll do it tomorrow. But if you have an 8-hour shift or you have something that you have to get done for work tomorrow, it can force you to do the things that you need to do today because of that compression of the time. And it gives you more income, it gives you more life experience. If you can get an internship, that will make you more valuable. And so those are all good things where you're learning to manage multiple things, which we will do for the rest of our lives. Like school, in high school specifically, is one of the few times where for the majority of us, school is the only thing. And sometimes in college, it's the only thing. And if we can get some sort of a part-time job or an internship, that can be really, really valuable. And number 6, the 6th step is to have a $1,000 emergency fund. And so this is really simple, but this is something that we want to build towards. And so if you have income, you want to be throwing money towards that to have that safety net. So that way, if your car needs new tires, if you have something unexpected come up that you weren't expecting, that was an emergency, now you have that $1,000 as a cushion at least to be able to help you get through this period of time. And the 7th step is actually to build on that emergency fund. So have a $1,000 emergency fund, but then also if you have a car, start developing a car fund. Now, what this is at least for me, what I did was when I started working and I had a car, every single paycheck, I would put $50 away. At the time, I put it into an envelope. Now I would just transfer it into a different savings account. But I would do that every single time I got paid. And see, what happened is for a while, it was just accumulating. Just putting $50, $50, $50, $50. But then one day, I made a mistake, and I ended up needing to buy new tires for the car that my brother and I were sharing. And instead of going, oh man, that's $400 for new tires, I went, oh, that's a bummer. It's going to be $400. But because I've been consistently putting away $50 I think it was every week. So it was $100 or $200 a month. So at the time I had like $1,350 in the car fund. And so I was like, oh, that's a bummer to have to buy tires because it was kind of a stupid mistake on my part. But as a whole, it really didn't make that big of a difference because I had money set aside for it. And so what these things can do is they can give you an ability to have this peace or this calm because you know that the things at least that are within your control, that you're doing the best that you can with them. And there are things that are unforeseen. No one's perfect. And at the same time, so many times college students specifically have this mindset of, oh, I'm just a broke college student. So I'm going to spend money on fast food and I'm going to get the latest Jordans and I'm going to try to have the fashionable whatever. And I'm not saying those things aren't good things, but it's in ratios. And if we can, instead of going, I'm a broke college student, I can go, no, I'm a responsible college student. I'm taking care of what's been entrusted to me. there can be this shift inside of us. And this is something that I fought for so hard. There were so many environments that I was in where people would say, "Oh, I'm just a broke whatever." And I would in my mind go, "That's not true. That's not who I am." And so if you've never heard that or even known that that's possible, that's really what I want you to walk away with from this video, is that it's possible to go through college and to budget and be responsible with your money, because it absolutely is possible. And I want to encourage you that that is something that can be done. And if you're looking for next steps beyond what I've shared in this video, you can check out Dave Ramsey, and at least the first 3 steps of his system are incredibly good. And I'd love to see a community of other young adults, of other college students that are choosing to go through college without debt and are able to come out of it on the other side with better skills, better relationships, and being better people. Because that's really what this community is. Helping young college students and young adults who major in major things and minor in the minor things. And so if you've made it this far in the video, please give this a like. That would mean so much. It really helps this get pushed out to other people that are wanting to find this type of content. And if you can also subscribe so you can join this community and know what's going on.